Unit 4. The verb. The words which express what the persons, animals or things are doing are called verbs, as Ravi is reading, a cow is grazing, the sun is rising. In the above examples, the person Ravi, the animal cow and the thing sun are doing different tasks: reading, grazing, rising. The word reading, grazing and rising are called verbs. Kinds of verbs. Verbs are of following kinds. A. Action verbs: eat, drink, read, write, run, swim, etc. Being verbs: is, are, am, was, were, being, been, etc. Having words: has, have, had, etc. Saying verbs: say, think, feel, ask, inquire, inform, etc. B. Transitive verbs: eat, write, drink, say, read, etc. Intransitive verbs: sleep, run, dance, stand, sit, etc. C. Main verbs: eat, drink, sleep, run, say, sit, etc. Auxiliary verbs: is, are, am, was, were, do, does, has, have, had, etc. Note: A, B and C are different categories of parameters on the basis of which the verbs are classified. Now, we shall discuss these different kinds of verbs to understand their difference. Category A. Action verbs. The verbs express that happening of some activity or action, as the birds are flying, a boy is running. In the above two examples, the words flying and running express the activities of birds and boy. Hence, these are called action verbs. Being verbs. These verbs express what something or someone is or was. These verbs express the existence as well as the kind of someone or something, as Rajat is a doctor, the flower is beautiful, we are students. In the above examples, the verbs is, are tells us what kind of person, flower or persons are. In sentence 1, the verb is expresses the existence of Rajat as a doctor. In sentence 2, the verb is expresses the flower as beautiful. In sentence 3, the verb are expresses the subject, we as students. The main being verbs are is, are, am, was, were, be, been. Having words. These verbs express the possession of something by someone, as my father has a car, I have a book in my hand, Maharana Pratap has her horse Chetak. In the above examples, the verbs has, have and had express the possession of car, book and horse by father, myself, I and Maharana Pratap the great king. Hence, these are called having verbs. These are has, have and had. Saying verbs. Some verbs like say, ask, answer, feel, think, inquire, etc. express what people say or think. These are called saying verbs, as he thinks himself to be great. Monica whispered some words in my ear. I love my country, India. Important saying verbs are say, think, feel, love, whisper, ask, inquire, promise, advise, suggest, order, etc. Transitive and intransitive verbs. Transitive verbs. Such verbs that need an object to convey their sense, or such verbs after which an object can logically be added are called transitive verbs. If you can add what before a verb logically, it will be a transitive verb. Intransitive verb. Such verbs that do not take up an object logically after them, they are called intransitive verbs. Such verbs have their complete sense without an object. If you add what before a verb, it seems odd. The verb will be intransitive. Examples: he eat. What eats? Verb is transitive. Fruits or breads or sweets, transitive. He drinks. What drinks? Verb is transitive. Water, milk, water or milk or tea or coffee, transitive. He reads. What reads? Verb is transitive. Newspaper or book or magazine, transitive. He runs. What runs? Verb is intransitive. Intransitive. He sleeps. What sleeps? Verb is intransitive. Intransitive. He dances. What dances? Verb is intransitive. Intransitive. On the basis of above examples, you can identify as which verb is transitive and which one is intransitive. Simply add what before a verb, and if you can have some proper answer, the verb is transitive. If you do not have proper answer or the addition of what before a verb appears odd, the verb is intransitive and does not need any object. Note: some verbs act as both transitive and intransitive. Object and complement. As you have studied in Unit 1 of this book, a sentence has two parts: subject, predicate. The predicate part has verb plus object plus complement, but intransitive verb does not have object and it has complement only. But the presence of complement is not compulsory. Here we give you a method to identify an object and complement. Add what before the verb and answer is object. He eats rice and curry. What eats? Answer: rice and curry. Add to whom before the verb and answer is indirect object. As he wrote me a letter. What wrote? Answer: a letter, direct object. To whom wrote? Answer: to me, indirect object. Add how or where or when before the verb and answer is complement. As he gave me a book yesterday. What gave? Answer: a book, direct object. To whom gave? Answer: to me, indirect object. When gave? Yesterday, complement. He went to Agra yesterday. What plus went? Answer: not suitable. To whom went? Not suitable. Where went? To Agra, complement. When went? Yesterday, complement. In example 1, the verb is transitive as the proper object and the addition of what before it seems logic, but it also has complement time adverb yesterday. But in example 2, the verb is intransitive as the addition of what before it does not suit well, but it has two complements, adverb of place and adverb of time. Conclusion: a transitive verb may have object or object plus complement or complement only, but an intransitive verb has complement only in its predicate.